little thing that I said, I play it all back in my head. And every little thing that went wrong, I'd give it all to go back again. Every little thing that I said, I play it all back in my head. And every little thing that went wrong, I'd give it all to go back again. Hey! All day, all night, I'll be waiting for all the time. Through the pouring or the sunshine, I'll be waiting for all the time. Ooh, na 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 na. When I'm with you, all day, all night, I'll be waiting for all the time. Things that got the best of me, none worse than when you said it's over. My heart's forever broken, and that's why I'll be waiting for all the time. If I need
What happened?
Hello, everybody. We're here. We're back. We just got done doing a fun show with John Trent a little bit ago. From that Park Place, we talked about a whole bunch of nerdy shit. So if you want to go back and give that a watch, give that a listen, we'd appreciate that. But we're here now doing a little bit of the after show. Dave is tired and he needs to go to sleep soon. So we won't be on here for too long. But I'm going to do my quick preamble. Talked about it in the last one, but Epstein client list, where the fuck is it? Let's get it here. More people need to talk about it because little girls were hurt by very powerful people, and fuck those powerful people. Let's get them in prison and do a wood chipper. Let's go next. $1 for Moms for Liberty from all Trump voters. Anyone that's watching this, if you could just donate $1, and if you could tell everyone you know to donate $1, it's millions of dollars towards an organization that is battling to keep the woke and ideological bullshit out of schools, and to also now work at the local and state levels and getting people elected that are going to do the right thing. So let's get that going. Victims of Helene and now Milton, we need to start thinking of the people of Milton that are the Hurricane Milton over in Florida that are going to return to destroyed homes and things like that, and donating to our favorite organizations. I always say mercury1.org for me is the place that I recommend. You go and give whatever you can. There's, every single thing helps. We talked about FEMA last night and how much they fucking suck. So don't rely on FEMA, but give to someone. And lastly, quickly, Alex Jones, always welcome on the show. InfoWars is still chugging along. They're doing what they can. They haven't been fully liquidated yet. There's some appeals processes going there, but if and when that does happen, Alex is always welcome, and we stand with him in his right for free speech here. So, in the sake of time, because Dave is tired, let's get this going. Oh, Nate, you sent us New York City, Virginia on it.
Yes, he did send that. You should pull that up.
I will in a second. Give me one hot second. I was in the middle of something when Joe stopped singing. If only Hack could make longer songs.
Yeah,
if
really.
Him making these 3-minute long songs. What type of an artist makes 3-minute long songs?
A lot of them, actually. I will say that.
Who are you and why are you speaking to me?
I mean, I listen to like 5-7-minute long songs a whole bunch, but sometimes you need the shorter ones. Sometimes it's good to just get in, get out. Just do what you got to do. Don't overstay your welcome. And then leave. You're good because you don't have much. You might not have much else to say. You might not have much else to make. So you make a short little ditty. And sometimes those are people's favorite. They wish they
about Jack and Diane.
Yeah,
exactly. American kids doing the best. Dude, that wasn't a short song though.
No, I know. But sometimes it's just some people's favorite songs. They're 2-minute, 3-minute songs, and they're like, man, I wish I had more of it. But if you had more of it, you probably wouldn't think it's as good as it was.
Nate, I don't see this.
Did
you send it to you, Dave?
I was buying you time.
Did he send it to you?
He said I sent you the NYC Vegeta on X. I didn't see it. Maybe he did.
I didn't see anything yet either, Nate. If you sent it, I don't have it yet. But when you do, I do want it.
I see nothing in my messages.
So. I am very intrigued. Nate, if it pops up, then I will definitely pull it up. But hi, everybody. Nice long intro. If you appreciate what you're watching here with us, give us a share, give us a like, give us a follow, give us all that good stuff. Subscribe. We always appreciate all that. If you're listening to this in podcast form later, give us a send to DM. I don't have a DM, Nate. I didn't get one. You're saying you sent through DM? I do not get when you sent it to the Alex Cuesta show, because if so, then X is just being a bitch.
Yeah, X might be a little
X
fucky
might be
right now.
being an asshole. But if and when,
Send it again if you
yeah,
can.
if you can send it
It
again,
might
let
not have
me know.
went through. Yeah, it
Or
might just
send it
be.
to Dave or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate if you give us a rating over on the podcasting areas as well. Wherever you get your podcast, 5-star rating, some comments, things like that. All of that stuff helps. But all right, let's get into the nitty gritty of things. Like I said, we don't have too long here tonight. I know we said that last night. We were here for an hour and a half, but we mean it tonight. Okay, we mean it tonight. Damn it. Maybe we don't. Anyway. First thing I do want to show people though, we have fun things now. Dave, should we show them some of our fun things?
Well, let's keep them until they're useful.
They're always useful, Dave.
No, well, let's keep them until they're actually useful.
All right. I guess so.
I like keep it like, just use things when they're proper.
You're the international man of homosexuality.
YouTube NYC Vegeta and NYC Vegeta continued. If you could do that, Alex, while I introduce this.
Yes, go ahead and bring that up.
So the first thing that we're going to go over tonight, and really one of two, but this one can be talked about a whole bunch because it's hilarious. VTubers are upset with Twitch after being told to cover their hips. Now, Twitch is awful. It's been awful for a long time. It's been awful even before they had a deer kin for, I believe, their moderation team. If you don't remember that, look at that shit because that's hilarious.
There's another one. If Vegeta and Goku were Nigerian, that's fucking hilarious. And if you were black, if Vegeta was from NYC, I got this. Is this about a month? Yeah, I see this one.
Do you want to pull that up real quick?
I'm gonna pull it up, but not right.
Kakarot, yo, Frieza,
I hear
it.
You hear it?
Yes, I hear it.
But I don't think anyone else hears it yet.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'll continue with this.
Yeah.
So Twitch has decided to send out basically an update saying that they're going to be enforcing what VTubers and IRL streamers can wear and on their policy on attire. Now, as we all know, the ethos on Twitch, while they may get a little bit of pressure, most of the time they can do whatever the hell they want.
Whatever they want.
And they're honestly pretty genius sometimes in finding ways around things. I'll give them that, even though, you should be just purging all ethos, to be quite honest with you. But VTubers are now being targeted in a way that IRL streamers are not. And if they show their hips, then they could be under some kind of rule from Twitch and they can face a ban. And the weird thing is that these are very confusing rules. So if you're wearing a costume that's appropriate for like the setting, like if you're on a beach or whatever, if your VTuber model has that and they're on the beach, if that's the theme, then they can do it. If they're doing some certain things, then that model can show their hips.
But like you can't be like a character from like a Comic Got Kill or Kill la Kill and just.
Well, no, you can't just be your VTuber model because when as a VTuber you have someone that makes the model and does the art for the model.
Now, what's crazy is why come after VTubers? Like, I understand like if it was like a big group of like based people, but not all VTubers are based. Like, there's a bunch of VTubers that are just run-of-the-mill people that are just they're bullshitting. There's some leftist VTubers. Like, it's not like you're looking at a big group of like a bunch of people that are based and super conservative. That's usually who they target. This seems just like a random arrow that's just being fucking shot right now.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be for everyone. Like, it's supposed to be like everyone is not allowed to do these things, but you just don't believe Twitch on that aspect, honestly, because they just really don't do much to their IRL just chatting ethos on
and
there.
They don't deserve the goodwill.
No, they don't deserve the goodwill at all.
No.
So this article explains a good amount of that. In fact, I want to read a good bit of these last two paragraphs. In another rather bizarre exception, VTuber models that show off their hips are apparently fine and dandy when used in VR chat, a place that's arguably even raunchier than general VTuber streams. And I have a link to something that shows that, and it's completely true. And it's fucking weird that they're just going to allow it for VR chat. It's insanity, honestly. And it's all very inconsistent, some claiming deliberately so, it probably is. And what makes matters worse is that these new clarifications have no examples for other VTubers to follow to see if their models are acceptable. And the thing is, with
Wait, what?
yeah, and with VTubers, I don't even watch VTubers very much. Like I only see them when they're guests on shows.
I see. Yeah, I'll see like Kirsha and stuff like that if she's
Yeah.
on like side scrollers and things or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't see many of them. Like I guess Yellow Flash would be kind of because he has his avatar up there
PNG
constantly.
tuber.
Kind of. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
not
really
he's not
VTuber.
animated and moving, but he's basically an avatar guy.
Yeah, but like VTubers have to get an artist and someone to rig the model.
Yeah.
So they actually put money into that stuff depending on how good the model is and all the things it can do.
And
if,
some of them are really cool, like the shit they could do and like the way they make a move and how interactive like they can be with the person. Like,
and if you need to go to your artist now and say, we need to redo a whole model and you need to now completely cover up this character because Twitch decided to just drop this. And then that's just a whole other thing that they have to do. And, you know, it's annoying because, I mean, VTubers are obviously getting in on the same way that IRL streamers are, but it's also a bit different because I don't know. There's something about IRL streamers kind of just selling all their dignity compared to VTubers. Obviously, the same simps that are weird should also be purged as the men that they are, the men that they aren't.
The famous should be got the fuck out.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna read this last paragraph. It's all a little baffling and kind of conservative of Twitch to be banning a part of body that isn't even inherently raunchy, which is also true. It's also worth noting that Twitch has had a rather strange history with its sexual content policy in the past, attempting to control how its users act and dress on its platform, and with good reason most of the time that is true, because like with the hot tub streams and the pool streams, which are just ridiculous. Like they're not just chatting streams, you're just basically whoring yourself out for money, which if you want to do that, go ahead, but I don't think Twitch should allow that, especially when there's minors on that platform. It's
here's the thing. While they say that, they were putting them on the front page on the top row every time. And like, and the tab was a chick with giant tits in her bikini with like the hot tub behind them. Like, so it's like, it's not like Twitch was like doing much, and now they just blur them, which to me makes it even more of a target. Because if I'm a kid and I see a blurred one, I'm just going to go there and be like, I know there's boobs there. If I'm like, you know what I mean? So it's like once Twitch made the just chatting option, that was the end of it. Because before it was, you go on there, you throw your stream on there, good or bad, whatever it was, you streamed yourself playing video games. That was the purpose of Twitch. And honestly, I enjoyed Twitch for that purpose because you got some really talented players that would go on there. And like, I used to enjoy Soul Calibur. When you had a really good Soul Calibur player and you're just watching them fuck people up, it is actually a good time to watch, and especially you get some skilled ones. And then, you know, someone else is good will be like, and they're both like known Twitch people and they'll talk to each other like, hey, you want to go? And then you can watch some fun stuff. That was a good part of the community where you actually got a lot of like different talented people playing, especially like even COD people, like, okay, we'll party together, let's go do it. And then you could see some good stuff. Then once that happened, the just chatting happened. Number one, shows like ours can go on there, which to me is weird, right? Like I never feel normal. Like I've heard people say like, hey, put this on Twitch, even put this on Kick, which is like its rival. I feel weird going on there. I don't feel like that's the purpose. Like that shouldn't be the purpose of those places. But you know, it's once the just chatting feature became ubiquitous and people started to realize that they could make a ton of money off of not doing gaming content. And again, even the just chatting, usually it was like your cute gamer girls kind of talking about games. That's how it started. And that they were the ones that started to make money. And then I think they realized like, hey,
now it's mainly e-thoughts and like political talk. Like Hassan is one of the bigger ones. And
it depends on the politics. If you're on the conservative, they ban you right away.
Yeah. We
would get banned pretty quickly.
So I'm going to bring this up, but first I want to read it before I bring it up because I don't know how long I can have it on screen. So Twitch needs to make a statement on what IRL streamers can have an ass cam, but VTubers have to be covered like nuns. This is insanely hypocritical. Are they seriously just incel simps who hate anime, but simp for these women? And I actually think that
you're going to put the ass on screen, aren't you?
110%, just for a little bit. But I feel like that is completely accurate.
I don't think that there's like an ass time barometer for YouTube.
I don't know. We'll see. But this is the camera that she's talking about. You don't need to see it for a long time. You see it right there. You know exactly what it is.
But even if you scroll down from that, the green screen one I feel like is more acceptable for YouTube, and that's the one that I thought was like clever as shit.
Yeah,
it was actually
this one
hilarious.
is.
They put the green screen on her ass. And
Yeah,
then,
the other one's more egregious. This one is at least clever. I don't know what else is being said there, so I'm not going to keep it up.
no.
But it's at least clever. It's
Yeah.
still gross.
How's that?
It's still a little weird, and I don't really like it. Like I never watched something like that. I don't get it.
I would
but-
much rather, if I was their father, I would look at it and be like, just go be a stripper, honey. Like that. Being a stripper is better than what you're doing here.
Well, I mean, I'd be more worried about my son honestly watching that stuff. It's like,
Oh
just-
my
just go
God.
watch porn, kid. What are you doing?
Or go try and get a girl.
Yeah.
Go try and get the real thing.
And finally, I want to conclude with this. I'm going to show you. This is VR chat. This is part of VR. This is allowed, but this is by the rules. This would be allowed. By the rules, this would be allowed because this is VR, like this 80% of VR chat category right here.
I mean, it's all gross, to be quite honest. Like,
and Kirsha makes a good point here, and she actually got some backlash for some of the stuff she said, which is hilarious.
well, the
There should be-
VTubing community is going to come after her for some of the stuff saying that.
Not even just that. It's a whole bunch of different people. But there should be zero difference in rule application of what VR chat models versus VTubers. It makes no sense that there is a difference. Or maybe stop being anime racist and treat VTubers like the flesh tubers on the site. Which is just how it should be. Because, like I said, I don't really watch them. But I don't care because they're just making videos like everyone else. Look, I watched I still follow him, but I watched a whole bunch of Sargon. Sargon was just a fucking picture of Sargon of Akkad. And like, the PNGs that people use is nothing much different from people using 3D
it's
models.
a Gundam. It's a Gundam's awesome, and it's a Gundam.
And he's a VTuber, technically.
He's a VTuber. Yeah,
Yeah,
because his
Gundam's a
model
VTuber.
moves. Gundam's a VTuber, and Gundam is one of the best and most prolific YouTubers out there, VTubers out there right now doing what is he at close to 2 million?
No, he's not even at 1 million yet.
No, he's not even at 1
He
million.
should be at 1 million.
He's gonna be at 1 million soon.
Yeah. But yeah, that whole controversy that's going on right now, I just find it a little bit funny because
It is.
I feel like a part of it is also because VTubers are doing really well. VTubers are doing very, very well. And VTubers are probably cutting into some of the IRL ethos, and they're probably taking a bit from them because they're just growing and growing and growing. Iron Mouse is huge.
Dudes love cute anime girls. Like,
Yes.
dudes love, for whatever reason, your Western white
Mm-hmm.
guys and even your black dudes love cute. But again, you see it in some of the anime that is popular, right?
Yeah.
The ecchi is popular for a reason. Harem in anime is popular for a reason. And all of them are drawn in that same exact way, those proportions. Massive boobs, tiny waist, big hips, like, and that's exactly how they draw it. And then if you get a VTuber that taps into that and she has a cute anime-esque voice, like, they look for that. So ooh, that shit got popular. Whatever the fuck that is.
That's actually now just made fun of most of the
It
time,
is,
I think.
but it came from
Well,
that.
Woo Woo came from.
Well, it came from
No.
like the live chick. It was like a porn.
No. The reason why Uwu got big, what I can't believe I have to explain this.
Hypnotic does do waifu battle. Yes, he does.
Yes, Hypnotic does do waifu battle. Yes, he fucking does.
Do waifu battle.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've forgotten. I haven't watched the recent
Hypnotic's awesome in general.
Yeah, but I don't remember who's the winner right now. But what was I gonna say? But no, Uwu fucking became a huge thing because of a goddamn furry music video. We're not gonna go over it. There's no reason to go over it. You don't need to know that lore. You don't need to know. Bring up New York City, bring up Long Island, Vegeta. Let's go to that.
David's hurting on the inside. I could see it.
Yeah, because you don't need to know.
No,
people don't need to be subjected to
All right,
this.
so Nate, this is what Nate was telling us about. Let's see it.
Kakarot, yo, Frieza wildin' out here in these streets, fam. Alright, so boom, I was trying to copy your baked egg and cheese on the roll some pepper, you feel me? Then Frieza was pressing me talking about this, that, and the third. I was like, yo, what you got going on, gang? So it was all woo-woo. Then it was like, oh, whatever. So I was like, oh, word, bet. I caught him with that big boop. The man started spazzing and threw all power at me. I was like, yo. He even had me leaking all over my Tim's. Oh, no.
That monster.
Facts. My Tim's, Kakarot.
That's
Kakarot, yo,
That's
there's another-
absolutely incredible.
So apparently there's also another one that if he was from NYC
No, continue.
continued.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm Pat Ryan, and
Get
I
away,
approve
Pat
this
Ryan.
message.
Awesome.
Fuck you,
Pat
Pat Ryan. We had Allison Esposito on. We hope you
Yo,
beat
son,
it.
I'm telling you, Frieza moving wild flagrant out here. I'm talking about he's straight bugging me. Like, he was also weirdo type energy. Like, Bez was punching me up, choking me with his tail, bro. Like, what kind of man?
I love
Who had you
Piccolo.
leaking all over your Timbs, son? Yo, word of my mother that got me dumb tight. Yo, bro, yo. You gotta run that fake Kakarot. You gotta avenge my brothers. Then you gotta find some Dragon Balls and bring me back. And then you gotta wish me back a new pair of Timbs. Like, I need them joints fresh out the box, you feel me? I'm talking about the classic beef and broccoli joints. I need them clean. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, son? So when I pull up on the block, they like, yo, that Gina, I'm like, it's big Gina, what is you talking about? Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Next thing. Yo, son.
That's incredible.
Amazing. Nate, thank you.
Yes.
We
yes, I
appreciate
love
you.
that.
That is
Fine.
and the same person does one if they were all Nigerian too. So Mike, he does it if they're all not. You know what? Your 8.09 thousand subscribers are well merited. Can we get Mike more subs?
He should get more subs, 110%.
Can we get? I'm gonna sub to Mike now
Yes.
because that was fucking fantastic. Please go here. Hold on. I need to share Mike O's page. I actually appreciate this so much more than I should. He's a spoken word artist, and you are fantastic at that, sir. Hold on, Mike O. Boom. There it is. This is Mike O. This is his page. Please go support him. He's fucking hilarious. And it's just at all caps Mike O. YouTube at Mike
I'm
O.
surprised he fucking got like how is. Wow, that's maybe that's why he doesn't have that many subs though. I don't know.
Because he's probably got fucking.
A million people are Myco or some kind of aspect of that.
I mean, this isn't. The Nigerian one is a year ago. He has 36,000 views.
Mhm.
Piccolo versus Raditz. He's probably commentary. It looks. I'm already reading some of it. It looks fucking hilarious. 115,000 views of Vegeta and Goku were Nigerian. Like this, I can't. I'm gonna go on a watching spree of this man's stuff soon. Yeah, go support Myco. I subscribe. Myco, you're fucking awesome. If you ever want to come on the show, come on. We just want to talk to you and have you do some of these accents. That was hilarious. That's great. All right. Thank you, Nate. We appreciate
Yeah, that was great. I'm happy it was finally found. I looked up Long Island Vegeta, got fucking nothing on Google. I was like, I don't know where I'm going, honestly.
that. Dave, you suck as a
I
researcher.
got like actual search results for vegetables. I'm dead serious. Long Island vegetables. I was like, I don't know
Toriyama
what the fuck's
lives.
going on.
Toriyama lives
I don't know what
through
the
his
fuck's going on anymore.
puns.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, let's go on to our second and final subject of the night.
Yes, next. You actually wanted to talk about this one, which is funny.
did,
'Cause
which is
usually I'm the
funny.
one that wants to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
But WWE has been gradually getting better. I think. I think they've been doing better and better and better.
They
be quite
need
honest.
to because their numbers are not where they need to be in order to sustain the Netflix deal that
Yeah.
they are about to have.
Yes. So recently, Bad Blood happened. It's a pretty good pay-per-view. I unfortunately Peacock decided to fuck around, so I couldn't watch the main event. I have to go back and watch it. But it was pretty good. It started off an
It
absolute
fucked around and you have to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the first match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is fantastic. It was really, really good. There's a lot of crazy bumps happening in that match.
It looked like an old school Hell in the Cell, like a
Oh, man.
Michaels Undertaker.
They
and
beat the
Piccolo
hell out of
level
each other. Like Drew McIntyre actually did have to get stitches.
I saw. Yeah, he
he's
has
a
stitches. He like
full
showed
box
the
to hit
picture
him.
of staples and things like that.
It was awesome. It was so cool. It was so much fun. But they're trying to bring these storylines and make them more interactive, more of an experience, and like Alex said, trying to bring kayfabe back a little bit in some type of manner. So after Bad Blood, Kevin Owens was pissed at Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes teamed with Roman.
Full screen that.
Well, real quick. Yeah, Cody and Roman was so good. Yeah, I heard it was that main event was fucking great. So I got to go back and watch
17 staples. Holy
Yeah, which is insane. And Drew, like, he did the match just like did a match fucking great with all the blood and everything.
Wrestling's fake.
Yeah, I mean a good amount of it is. That bump under the steel steps though must have fucking hurt. I don't know if you saw that.
No. I want to go back and watch it. I heard Bad Blood. I heard Bad Blood is one of their pretty, outside of your WrestleMania, SummerSlams, Royal Rumbles, like just like your regular pay-per-views, it's one of the higher of just your whatever monthly.
But yeah, this is what they brought. They brought it back this year, and they tried to make it as big as possible. But yeah, real quick, Drew went for a Claymore, hit like the fucking lower back on the steel steps that were set up there.
Ooh.
It was a fucking crazy awesome bump.
They need to bring back forcible entry and just like have it. Like,
I don't think
Diddy and Epstein themed.
I don't think they'll ever bring that back. But this was after Bad Blood. Kevin Owens pissed at Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes is worked with Roman, and Roman has done so much to everyone there, especially Kevin Owens, who had to be saved by Sammy because he was about to get absolutely fucking destroyed by Roman at the one pay-per-view. I can't remember which one. And
previously, I believe it was on the Raw right before this, KO and Cody almost went at it, and
they've been
in the middle of them. Someone got in the middle of them.
Randy
got in the middle of them to like break it up. So you already saw this bubbling occurring.
They did fuck up the post-match with Drew. They filmed the doctor saying, "Here's where you gigged yourself." Yeah, well, there you go.
It happens.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, yeah. So Kevin is upset. He's not happy. They've been taunting this for a while now. Him turning on Cody.
Yeah, they've been teasing it 100%.
Turns on everyone, which is true. And I like that just as a character in general. But he
plays the nice guy, and then he turns on you, and then he goes heel, and then listen, it's predictable, but KO does it really really
Yeah, and it's supposedly from fan video, probably a plant to be quite honest. But either way,
second video too from like a car vision as well, a view from a car.
Yeah,
Kayfabe alive, brother. Oh, hey, now, hey.
Thing is, like, the fans know they're watching a work, but it's just awesome to get extra content.
Oh, fuck! Kevin, no!
Kevin!
Kevin! Calm down! Kevin, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do that! Kevin!
And I will say, I forgot who it was that said it, but they said what made it even better is that Kevin Owens is throwing closer to real punches. He's not doing the forearm punch.
No,
he's actually throwing like he's actually trying to hit him.
Yeah. And even the kicks, like
yes.
Some of those kicks connected. They obviously pulled him, but he was actually, and they probably said, Cody's probably like, dude, you got to hit me.
Yeah. And Cody's like covering up like he's actually losing a street fight.
Like he's actually hurt too. Like he actually like that first hit. Like when you get punched, if you get sucker punched, I don't care who you are. It takes a few seconds to figure out what the fuck just happened. By that time, you were hit 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how that happens. And that's exactly what went down. He went to go pick up his belt, and Kevin took the opportunity when he came back to get that first hit, jump on him. So it looked it was a very real moment.
They made it look good. They made it look really good. And that's what's fun. And like Nate just said, another fan filmed Solo Sikoa saying it's part of the plan when Rock returned, a new bloodline ran to the crowd. So like everyone's like playing their part almost the whole fucking time, which is really cool. Like that's a lot of fun to watch. And even Triple H said, we're aware of this incident outside arena last night between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. The matter will be dealt with internally. And they've been running with that type of dialogue so far throughout this whole entire time. On Raw, Cody wouldn't talk about it. Wade Barrett tried to bring it up on commentary. Joe Tessitore shut him down, said, we're not talking about this. Like, we can't talk about it. It's an internal thing. So they're trying to make it seem like Kevin really just blew a gasket and no one should be talking about it. This is going to be handled inside the company. We don't want this to be bigger. Like that's good. Like that's fun. That's a fun way to do things.
The one thing that I've seen with WWE is under Triple H's direction, and now as they're going to Netflix, the pushing of the envelope is starting to happen more and more and more.
Yeah,
this is something that you wouldn't have seen during the last era, during this last generation, because it's a little bit more, aggressive. It's a little bit more you know, a little more no holds barred, something that it was very buttoned up. It was all about in the ring before.
Mhm.
For the last, God, 6, 7, 8 years, it was all about what happened in the ring, not all the stories outside the ring. We're here, you're getting storyline outside the ring. This is something
Testor
that
has
is
been good.
Testor has. Yeah,
Which
I've heard some of
should
Testor.
be expected
He's
because
talented.
Testor is an
He knows
absolute
what he's
fucking
doing.
professional, but it's
Yes.
also not easy always transitioning
No.
to wrestling commentary.
But
But he has been good.
But it's like they have, you know, they're doing a good job of setting these things up.
Mhm.
And it feels like they're doing a good enough job so that when the Netflix transition happens, they can really explode with these things.
It's really funny because I know you said that. Maybe I can find a video. But so Jey Uso went up against Xavier Woods for the Xavier is challenging for the Intercontinental.
Mhm.
Jey Uso won. And after that, Braun Breaker came out and just fucking killed everyone because he was pissed off that he lost the belt. And even though he shook hands with Jay after last week on Raw, he decided that he was against that, and he
Braun Breaker's
came out and
pretty
fucked
awesome.
everyone.
I
He's
like
awesome.
Braun Breaker.
I love Braun Breaker. Steiner through and through.
Yep.
And it's incredible. But I can't find a video right now. But someone it was filmed while he was coming backstage. I think it was a WWE camera catching him, but he's just like saying shit like that, don't be fucking with me and stuff like that. Like dropping F-bombs in the backstage camera, which is something different. It's like we're ready for we're getting ready for Netflix because Braun Breaker, his character would say that. He's absolutely jacked. He's going ape shit all the time.
And the thing is, like you said, they're playing their characters outside of just those moments, right?
Mhm.
So they are kind of if I could be filmed anywhere in the arena, I am that character. Like I'm like Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens 24/7 when he's there. There is no I'm in the locker room and I can put my hair down now. Like there is every chance that you're going to be those characters at all times. It's fucking awesome.
What, y'all thought I was just gonna let him walk? Let him walk down the street, everything's okay! Got me up.
Like that right there. That's just not what was happening recently.
No.
And now it's getting there. Does that mean it's going to be good? I don't know, but like they're expanding. They're trying.
They need it to be good. They need to bring the edge back because the thing that made WWE fun is they were edgy, they pushed, and it didn't matter who you were. People knew what was happening on WWE, even if you weren't a fan. When Sable's tits came out, everybody knew that Sable flashed the world. That was a massive moment in cultural moment that was like everywhere, right? You know, and all the things that Vince did, like Vince being involved, whatever you want to say, for better or for worse, Vince being involved was huge. And what sucks is Triple H can't be involved. Triple H, as the like Vince corporate guy that gets involved every once in a while, is a much better role. Right now, he can't be, obviously. He can't wrestle anymore. But they need something like that. And it's it's been good. They have the cage match, which
Steiner's kids playing football, Jackson. A couple more years. Yep. Can't wait. Steiners are so great. So great. Wrestling family, man.
Can we just bring Stacy Keibler back in the song
legs.
one more time? Like, just it. Just how they should start Netflix is Stacy should just be standing on the announcer's table in her thong dancing, and they should be like, "Bitches, we're back. We are back." Because, like, you know, those are the TNN days. People forget what TNN fucking was. TNN WWE Raw was different. It was just different. And like, if you wanted the PG even back then, that was SmackDown. SmackDown was not as crazy as Raw ever. Like it was, but Raw
had some crazy moments.
They had crazy moments, but Raw was just like
crazy
24/7 crazy. Every episode of Raw was insane. But the other thing is too, Dave, like we talked about, changing important belts on the regular shows. Like an Intercontinental title was changed, and it's an awesome storyline now. It's carried over into the pay-per-view, which is what they used to do, right? Like it was never a surprise when someone won a championship the night before, and then on Raw they lost it. And it would create the storyline of them trying to get it back. And it would make it be earned. And it always felt so much better.
Raw and panties match. That was in SmackDown versus Raw 2006.
It was. Even whatchamacallit, the Divas Undressed, where they did the thongathon. That was something you will never see again. It was crazy. You had Jerry, you had Edge, and you had Maven as the judges. And at that time, Edge was dating Tori Kayfabe, right? And
I can't remember. Yeah.
I think it was Edge was dating her, and he got in a lot of trouble because he's just like, I fuck Stacy, who is he's a girl, he's a man. That's all you do when Stacy Keibler is present, okay? Like, but yeah, it's nice and refreshing to see that they're trying to come back, and I'm hoping that this will push AEW because AEW right now needs because they are very much an in the ring.
Unfortunately, the recent numbers have not been great.
They have it because they're in the ring. They're doing
NXT. Tuesday's NXT got like 828,000. Dynamite got like 300 something thousand.
Which even NXT 800,000 is paltry for the
That's
WWE.
fucking yeah, but it's still like good for it. NXT's on the up actually.
And again, Dynamite,
which I did watch. NXT is actually a pretty good product. It's a decent product.
Yeah. It's much better. It's not the experimental.
Shawn Michaels is a fucking harem of women.
Shawn Michaels is a harem king. But if AEW is smart, they start to lean into these types of things. Every time I've ever watched AEW, it's just match. Maybe a promo, but match. There is no.
That's what they do, though.
It is, but there is no storyline.
That's what they do, though. That's what AEW does.
They need some story because the thing is, the wrestling is a male soap opera. That's what it always has been. It is a male soap opera. We are interested in who's dating who. We are interested in the manly moxie and someone defending their pride.
Because it adds stakes. It adds stakes. And I remember because I don't watch AEW, and it's not because like I'm a WWE fanboy or anything. I just never really catch it. So I just don't even think about it.
I'll throw it on. Like I like Cassidy. I like some other people.
I've thrown it on a couple of times, but I remember seeing because I follow a bunch of wrestling things on Twitter, and it looked like fucking Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page have been awesome every fucking time. Hangman burnt his house down. Like that's cool. That's a cool part of the story. Swerve is awesome. He's fun to watch, but yeah, and
really true.
They need a head of creative. And the Young Bucks and Tony, they're not. Tony was never going to be good long term.
No, Tony's not.
He's not a big man. He just has money, which is fine.
Tony is a fan.
Yeah,
he is not a. But Tony is a fan. He is not a writer. He's not a guider. He's money. He's a fan, and he needs to get the fuck out.
Yeah. There's two good stories. Christian Edge, and Christian's been fucking killing it over there, like we expect though, because Christian was always good in WWE. He just didn't have the size. He didn't have what Vince McMahon liked. So. But Christian's always been good at what he does. So, of course, he was going to shine if you just give him anything.
Hangman or top tier. Yeah. Listen, they have the talent of the WWE in a lot of ways. Like, if you see their roster matches up talent-wise. But, in very much a way, they're getting kind of a similar thing where, like, we'll see what happens, but they might get the WCW where some of the big names just come in and push themselves forward. And that's where WCW fell when Hulk Hogan and that NWO just made all the rules and they never lost. And there was
exactly.
And the whole fucking roster was NWO at one point. It's crazy.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing is
Starkey is so good. You're correct.
You need to have the stories there. WWE seems like it's really getting chugging with all the stories and making people become invested in these types of things. So it's cool to see happen. I want it to be good. I like wrestling. I enjoy watching it. And there's some things that they need to catch up on. Like right now, the women's tag titles aren't in a great space. Like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill have them, but they're more singles people. Jade's not there yet. Her wrestling isn't there yet, to be quite honest. But they're more singles people. They get more juice from being singles competitors.
And that's the thing the women need to catch up in. There is no women-specific tag teams that are great. They need women-specific because they've had male-specific like they are tag team, period.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That there's some women's tag teams that are good in the ring, but they're not great promo-wise. Like they're not fantastic promo-wise. They're not good enough to really push to an extent. So the women's tag team division isn't in the greatest spot right now. I can see why they have Bianca and Jade holding it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to lose it to Io and Kyrie because I think they're probably the best tag team to have it if you're going to give it to someone. And I mean, there's been talks about having a women's mid card, especially because you have a lot of women on the squad right now.
They need to experiment with some guy managers, with some like guy managers to manage these women that can talk. Same thing with wrestlers, the guys that can't talk. They would give them managers. They would give them either good looking females that could speak or Paul Heyman, or they need to start experimenting with some managers. What's that one? The one guy, what's his name? Adam Graves. Is he the one that does commentary?
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves should step out and be a manager for some of these women. He is great as a speaker.
I mean,
he's like fucking fantastic promos, and he can go out there and he can step out that spot and then take a tag team that maybe doesn't have a lot of charisma and just be their guy that speaks for them, and he can call him the mansplainer, do something hilarious. But
that's not a bad idea to kick around. And just going off of Nate, because Nate's really actually killing it in this conversation. Bruce Pritchard says Christian's the best in-ring wrestler ever. I don't know if he's the best in-ring wrestler ever, but it's high praise because Christian deserves high praise. 100%.
Christian is a great worker, a great wrestler. He reminds me a lot of Owen Hart in the way that he wrestles, and a lot of his technique and his work.
Yeah, Bianca might be the best women's wrestler. She's incredible in the ring. I don't love her promos, to be completely honest with you. She's fine. She's fine, but she's not incredible. But in ring, she's so goddamn athletic. She's so good in ring.
AJ was incredibly good in the ring. AJ had a smoothness to her, not as much athleticism as Bianca. But AJ had as much smoothness.
AJ's promos also were.
Her promos were incredible, and it just her work.
That's the only place.
Lita's up there.
Yeah, but that's the only place where Bianca lacks for me. I don't think her promos are up there yet. They're fine, but they're not like great.
They're trying to get Jade around a pros pro. That makes sense. Teaching her how to be a wrestler. I get it. And Bianca's a perfect one to do that.
Especially like with the hype Jade has. Like people want to fucking watch Jade Cargill. So you want to get her to be as good as you possibly can be. And I get that's the reason. And it's a good reason.
She was very bad in the ring when she was.
She was, and she's not even great, right? You can see like she's not there yet.
She's a little stiff. She's stiff, and you could see that the difference is Bianca and the other women that are good workers and even good wrestlers. They are going through the choreography of the match and it's fluent. They're not thinking about the choreography. They understand and they know, okay, when I'm grabbing you and I'm whipping you to the ropes and you give me the tell that you're going to duck, I throw a clothesline. Like there's no thought process. They understand what they're doing.
And there's a reason why right now, there's a reason why right now Jade is still the one that gets tagged in to basically win the match, because that's what you do with someone who needs still some help in the ring.
Roman Reigns was very much that way with the Shield, where you had Dean Ambrose and you had Seth Rollins, who are just fantastic wrestlers, and he was the muscle because he was very stiff. He had a big boot. He had the freaking powerbomb, the assisted powerbomb. That was all Roman was there for. The wrestling was mostly down to Dean and Seth doing a lot of things, and they were and now Roman, to his credit, is a really good in-ring wrestler. He's a good big. He is a big dude, and he's
become damn good at it. He understands his tempo. Like his tempo.
Yes.
Like watching him, because I didn't watch wrestling for a while. I left off not liking Roman, but watching him now, he's really stepped into what the actual character he is.
He's become similar to what Batista was. Batista wasn't great in ring when he first came in. He was just a muscle guy. And then Batista eventually became a guy again. He understood who he was. His moveset was not going to try and be anything else than what it was. Because the thing is, you're not going to see Roman do something like Kane, where Kane will do a Hurricanrana or something crazy. Like, because Kane's an athletic freak that can pull those things out of his bag. Kurt Angle with the moonsault.
Oh my God. Nia Jax tried to do a Hurricanrana on Bailey. Oh, that was
Nia Jax doesn't belong in WWE.
Well.
Nia Jax
did not do well.
Nia Jax has never been good in the ring. She's not good. Well. She's not a good speaker. Nia Jax is just big and strong, and they do this every once in a while with men and women. If they're big and strong, they let them hang around. And Nia,
what Jax I will say is what they've done better with the bigger characters is they just made him fucking destructive. Like Nia's just destructive, which it should be. They should just be beating like Bronson Reed coming out and hitting 6 fucking tsunamis on Seth Rollins is awesome. Incredible. Like that's give me that. You're gonna give me the match between him and oh my God, Braun Strowman, the last monster standing, and just have them beat the ever-loving hell out of each other. That's fucking cool. I'm 100% in the Big E train. Big meaty men slapping meat. Like that can be it. Dude, he said that. It's hilarious. It's one of my favorite clips of all time.
This is all I got to say to you, Dave.
Fuck out!
He said that about Goldberg. Pull that up there.
I think I do remember that. But yeah. So yeah,
But yeah, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle 1, Christian 2 as my favorite.
Not bad.
Here's the thing.
Not bad
It's
list.
not a bad grouping. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
There is no wrong there. I don't know if Stone Cold got what from Christian, but you want to know
I
what's
remember
funny?
seeing that.
I was not a fan of Stone Cold in the beginning. I thought it was annoying.
It
and
wears
then
on you.
me.
It wears on you.
Because he's just such an asshole.
What?
And with the way like he'll go in there and like he stole what The Rock did with interrupting people, right? Well, like he was like, what? It's just like he just pissed people off.
And it is about to be Tiffy time. I can't wait. Tiffany Stratton's fucking great.
Yes. She's hilarious.
Someone commented stiffy time, son. It was hilarious.
Not wrong either.
I gotta share it now that I brought it up.
Oh my god.
I gotta because I love this clip.
Nah. Bump that. I want to see two big men with big chests and big muscles bumping meat. That's why I'm here. That's why I watched wrestling as a kid. You want your 5-star matches? You want your 30-minute classics? Not me. Big meaty men slapping meat. That's what I want. I'll wrap it up. Y'all want to?
That might honestly be the worst part about the New Day eventual split up. I know they're still going to do things, but it's like, even if they didn't start off as good friends,
I miss Big
they
Man.
certainly are. Like, that being with each other every day doing New Day made them good friends. And you saw it when they were out together as well.
Dude, they came out to New Day sucks. Like they got incredible. They got go home heat. They didn't get like good heat. They got go home heat. No one wanted them there.
And then they embraced it. And fucking Xavier coming out with that horn.
It became New Day rocks, man. That's how you go through the turmoil of wrestling.
And the thing is, and whoever, because that had to be frustrating, right? Because you have 3 really talented guys, and they made a stable that probably just off talent alone should have gotten over. Because you knew.
I didn't know that, but that's awesome.
That's amazing. Because you knew that the matches they put on were going to be good matches. They're good 3 talented wrestlers, right? And then to come out and this new group, New Day, like it should be fun. And then New Day sucks. And it's like that had to be frustrating. And I don't know. We'll probably get a documentary at one point of whoever told them to just be like, guys, embrace it. Lean into it. Don't let them put, like, if they see that they're pulling you off, they're going to do it more. Send that same energy back to them and lean into it. And once they started to lean into it, they almost went a little heel for a second because they would get like kind of like kayfabe angry at it. But then they eventually played into it. And fucking you have them coming out dancing to New Day sucks. And that's when everyone was like, oh, this is fucking funny. Like they're hilarious. And they started their personalities came out. And what you see on the podcast is what you got in the promos. Like it was awesome. Like the way that's one of the best turnarounds you're gonna see from a group that could have just disbanded quickly.
Yeah, it reminded me, and a wrestler who I've had complete newfound respect for, and I fucking love him now, is The Miz. How he started in wrestling, and he was never wanted by basically the fans, but by the people in the locker room.
Did you hear that he had like a 3-month exile? I think it's like a 3-month exile.
6 months.
6 months
Until he finally went up against The Undertaker, and then after the match,
he apologized and he asked
after
if
gaining
he
his
come back in.
respect. Yeah, and then The Undertaker said, "Yeah, you can come back in the locker room." But like everything that he went through to push
he came in saying he wasn't. He came in as an asshole. He came in with a big mouth and big everything.
He came in. He was the reality star kid, but he wanted to prove himself. Like he actually came in wanting to be a wrestler. He wanted to prove himself, but he came in as the reality star kid. And he came in as this big shot. Everyone looked at him as this big shot. Vince put him on a fucking mic as a host. Like It's like almost as if he's never going to be a wrestler, and he found a way to turn that shit into being a Hall of Famer. Like, that's fucking incredible to me.
Felt the same about Three-Man Band in a smaller sense.
The Jobbers, man.
Yeah, they were just the jobbers.
But they were fun. But they were fun.
They were
Like,
the
that's
new
the thing.
job squad. They really were the new job squad.
Yeah.
And they embraced it. They knew they were jobbers.
Mhm.
And then you got rewarded with fucking what was it? Zack Ryder.
No. It was Heath, Jinder, and Drew and Three-Man Band.
Heath, Jinder, and Drew. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. And listen, they all eventually got pushes. Obviously, Drew.
Yes.
And
Drew came back fucking huge. Drew came back huge.
Ginger got on steroids and got his push.
Yeah.
Ginger's on steroids. And Heath had some pops. They gave him some moments. I think he got a mid-level belt at one point.
I can't remember, but he definitely did get a bit of a. I think he had like a gimmick about being a dad. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but he was always fun.
But they were good. They knew where their role is. And here's the thing: as they embraced it, they were not getting jobbed as much. They would lose, but they put up fights. They would put up good matches, and they showed their talent in the ring, and they did. And now, obviously, Drew is on fucking Bad Blood.
I got kids. Thank you. Heath Slater. Exactly. I was gonna say. I remember that kind of gimmick off of him.
So stupid. Oh man, but yeah, it's good. I'm hoping that WWE can turn things around and that they're setting up to make Netflix epic. And if they do that, again, a lot hinges on this because they have lately been losing deals because they've been promising things that they cannot do. They're a far cry away from Attitude and Ruthless Aggression when they were having millions and millions of viewers on just Raw, and their pay-per-views were must see. Like, they are a far cry from that. And it's sad because there's a lot of talent there. But men want soap opera stories. We don't want to watch soap operas with our girls. We want to watch soap operas at 9 o'clock at night to 11 or whatever it is. And watch them there with a bunch of meat slapping meat. That's what we want, baby. Some big men, big chested men,
big meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping meat. So yeah, no, it's that's where we're gonna end it off. We're gonna end it off on big meaty men slapping meat.
Yep. I'm good with that.
But everyone, thanks for watching. Again, Dave, we did it. We're under an hour. You're welcome.
Yes, they did. They like literally just brought in Motor City Machine Guns and Lucha Bros, and it should be a lot of fun to tag division. I don't know if they're going to start them off on NXT first for a little bit, just to get them acclimated to WWE again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Either way, tag team's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, tag teams. WWE is better when all the belts matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't. Not everything has to be great, but they all need to feel like they're important.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where the hardcore belt actually felt important, right? Because you had some good names. You had Mankind, you had Hardcore Holly, you had Al Snow, you had some names. Even Steve Blackburn just kendo sticking the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it mattered, and that's the thing. WWE is better when all belts feel like they matter. But okay, we're gonna get out of here now. Dave needs to go get nights, and I have to go do that as well, probably. So we appreciate everyone for watching. As always, we'll be back tomorrow. Again, if you missed the show earlier with John Trent from That Park Place, go back and watch that because it was a great show, especially if you're a nerd like we are. Go visit thatparkplace.com. It is really good. They are fighting the good fight against wokeism and bullshit. And it is something that if you appreciate what we do here, if you're a fan of like G&G, Neurotic, Side Scrollers, all that, That Park Place is a place to go because they are giving their news. And I would not doubt if some of the news that these individuals are getting from maybe is hitting from That Park Place too. So go support John there. He's awesome. And support us at the Alex Cuesta Show everywhere. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Give us 5 stars if you're on Spotify in the podcasting area. And we'll be back. See you guys.